Alright, Turbo Speedsters, so we just went over the general fitness requirements, the general prep requirements so that you can maximize your max velocity training and limit any type of biomechanical injury that you might sustain if you jump right into a max velocity speed training session or max velocity training protocol program, okay? So the next thing we need to talk about is what max velocity really is, right? There's a lot of misconception out there exactly what it is. So let's go ahead and write this down. I'm going to take my pen here. So what is max velocity? What is max velocity? Okay. Basically, max velocity is defined as the max speed achievable by the human body during athletic speed prescription. In layman's terms, basically that means is how fast the human body can go through the acceleration phase, hit their top speed, and the ability to hold that top speed. Okay? So think of a bullet coming out of a gun. If I shoot a gun, boom, now it's at max velocity. How long is that bullet traveling the fastest it can possibly travel before it starts to slow down? Max velocity. Alright? So now that you know what max velocity is, how do we attain max velocity in a training protocol? Okay? So like I said before, I am a firm believer that when training for speed, training for max velocity, training to defeat deceleration, there's two big components that you need to adhere to as an athlete and or a coach. And that is, if you want to run fast, run fast. Point blank period. Get on the track, get on the turf, get on the grass, get on the street, get on the dirt track, do what you gotta do, but if you wanna run fast, at least 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the phase of training that you're in. But if you wanna hit max velocity, you wanna train max velocity, you need to be running at least 90 through 95 through 100% of your maximum effort during these sessions, okay? The second component of that is you have to run fast, and the other thing is you have to lift weights, all right? Weight training. Resistance training. Okay? A lot of people out there are going to argue that, oh, you don't need resistance training, weight training to be fast. Obviously, you do not. But if you want to be the fastest, if you want your athletes to maximize their potential to be the fastest on your team, to win championships, to maximize their specific individual athletic potential, weight training, resistance training. This can take many forms. Weight room. This can take, you can take it to the track and do plyometrics, body weight circuits, but some form of weight training, resistance training needs to be taking place with your athletes, point blank period, end of discussion. There's multiple scientific evidence out there. There's multiple scientific peer-reviewed articles that you can find as a coach. Like I said earlier in the video, do your own research so that it makes sense for you why anything I say in this video or anything anyone has told you is true or not. Okay? So, you want to max your max velocity, you want to increase your max velocity, run fast, anywhere from 90 to 100% of your max speed. Weight training, resistance training, either in the weight room or on the track or in the court or on the turf with body weight resistance, kettlebells, resistance bands are good. Okay, those are a couple examples of stuff that you can do as a coach with your athletes so that you can start maximizing your training and train for max velocity. All right. So what are some of the benefits of weight training and why it's so important and why I think it's so important? Okay. Number one, weight training is going to elicit maximal force production. Okay, if you're lifting anywhere from 85% of your 1 rep max, you're going to have a lot of neural adaptations towards this type of anaerobic training, essentially. Okay, so you're going to have increases in maximal force production. You're going to have increases of rate of force development. You're going to have some neural adaptations. Basically, this means that your brain is going to rewire itself to exert as much force as your muscles and your central nervous system can exert whenever you call upon that energy system, which in sprints is going to be your anaerobic system, which is broken down into 2 type of systems, or 2 type of subsystems within the anaerobic system, which are the alactic. This is your 0 through about 15 seconds of pure, unadulterated, straight power energy, right? So that's the first subsection of your anaerobic training, your anaerobic system. The second is going to be your fast glycolytic, or fast glycolysis. And this is going to be anywhere from about 15 to 2 minutes of work. Okay, this is your fast glycolytic is going to be working the different type of fibers. So your alactic is going to be working your type 2X. Okay, those are the most explosive, most powerful. You're going to get the most bang for your buck. This is going to be the most powerful type of a muscle fiber that you're going to be working. Your fast glycolytic system is going to be working your type 2A. Okay, so we know through anaerobic adaptations, so you're going to have a neural adaptation through the central nervous system. So you're going to be recruiting more motor neurons, more motor units for engaging in powerful exercises, either in the weight room, on the track, sprinting, and stuff like that, plyometrics. But you're also going to be increasing your fiber transition. So fiber, type 2 fibers will sometimes switch into type 2. So type 2X will switch into a type 2A, which is going to be able to work more. It's still not as, so type 2As aren't as powerful as type X, 2X. However, they're able to work longer because they're accessing the oxidative system, okay, your aerobic system. All right, and that's kind of what you want. Obviously, you love the alactic muscle fibers, the type 2X, but your fast glycolytic, your type 2A muscle fibers are going to be the ones that you're going to be training and are going to get your muscle fibers going to switch into, because you're able to exert maximal amounts of force for longer periods of time with your type 2A muscle fibers. All right, so you're going to have neural drive adaptations. You're going to have muscle fiber adaptations. You're going to have more power output. All of this from resistance training, okay? Training in the weight room. All of this from an anaerobic, anaerobic adaptations that you're gonna find from resistance training, gonna change your body, literally from the brain through everything, all right? So that's why weight training is important.
All right, Turbo Speedsters, that concludes part number 2 of the Training for Max Velocity Speed training videos here on YouTube by Team Turbo Speed. If you found value in that video and you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and do Coach Chris, aka Mr. Turbo Speed, aka Coach Chris Turbo a favor and turbo slap that like button and power punch that notification bell so that you can take advantage of all my coaching, training, and speed enhancing videos here on YouTube. And like I always say, don't go fast, go turbo.